Guys, as you guys can tell, Solo Leveling was a mid according to Japanese audience. Thank you, Manel567, for bringing this up. But I've already read this part. I've already read this article right here. I just finished reading it. And basically, the general summary of the whole article is that Solo Leveling is literally no different from any other show in Japan. It's very mid. And honestly, I can see what they're saying. I will tell you my viewpoint and why I say that once we get through this little article. I'm just going to give you a summary very quick. Basically, producers of the show, they are the producer of the show. Literally in Japan, they only sold like 634 units in the first week, whereas in contrast, another anime, or I don't know exactly what this is, showed like 34,000 copies in the first week, and it is just very, very mid for the show in general. And of course, Solo Leveling was on a winning streak globally at the Anime Awards, so it's like completely different. Like literally, contrast was completely different. It was like black and white. And Solo Leveling also has become the most viewed anime of all time on Crunchyroll, which is crazy to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. But that is basically the general synopsis. The producer was very, very surprised at the results and how globally it was super loved and welcomed, and really just appreciative to actually see a show like this. Whereas in Japan, it was just it's like a flop. Literally, it was a mid show. And let me tell you why I'm not surprised by this at all. First off, if you are a manga reader, which a lot of people in Japan are, obviously they have manga just everywhere. Of course, take this from a person who has not yet visited Japan, and I'm from the United States. But literally, they have manga everywhere. They get to read it every time. And just like me, since I've read this manga like freaking years ago, and I've wanted this to come out for the longest amount of time, and then all of a sudden I just forgot about it, because obviously I've read more and more manga that were amazing, and I want them to come out now. And now that this is back, the Solo Leveling has finally been made into an anime. I didn't even care. I didn't even watch the first season. I started watching the second season at episode 3, because I already knew what was going to happen. I was just mainly bored. And I feel like that is how a lot of people are feeling when it comes to this anime. Obviously, if you've read it and you wanted it to come out years ago and it never did, you would just be like, what's the point of watching it or reading it now? I've already seen what happened. I already know what's going to happen. That's just how I feel. And I feel like a lot of people in Japan might have common takes, or they might have the same take as me on that. Or they might even have a different take where it's like, hey, there's so much good stuff coming out right now in Japan, so many manga, so many anime that we get to see first, or we get to see how they're made, yada, 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 which globally, obviously, we can't see everything and how it's made because it's from Japan for the most part. Of course, there's other places that make anime and manga and manhwa and, all type of stuff, but this is just how it's been. Now, with all that being said, if they see different things and this manga has came out freaking years ago, of course they're not going to be super excited about it. I mean, it's old news by that time for them. And now for us, it's kind of new if you don't read manga, because a lot of people in the United States, I would think, they really don't read the manga or the manhwa yet. They're more so getting into anime and really big on anime. And even if they were big on anime, the show is just so good that it's propelled it to way higher heights because of the animation. Now, of course, with that being said, the animation is amazing, and it's definitely raised the bar from here to here with every other show that comes out now, because the animation is just so good. But in Japan, of course, they're like, hey, I've already read this, or I've already, I already know what's going to happen. So it's not even that big of a deal for them. They're waiting for other shows to come out, or, they hope other things come out. And that's just how I am too. I didn't even watch the show until like season 2, episode 3, because I already knew what was going to happen. It was a waste of time for me. It was like, it was something new for everybody else, but I'm just chilling. I'm like, bro, like, I already know what's going to happen. And I just feel like that's what people are thinking in Japan. If that's what I would think. Now, of course, there could be many of other reasons, but that's what I'm thinking. Guys, let me know, of course, what you guys think in the comment section below. Give me a subscribe if you enjoyed, and a like, of course. And yeah, definitely tell me what you want me to react to next, and any other anime news that is coming out. Solo Leveling, of course, being 9.5 out of 10, and the most watched show on Crunchyroll is crazy. But it doesn't matter in Japan. Deuces.